family. All you got to do is that's it. You'll be all right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, man. It look like the government might be trying to burn California down, man. Like they're trying to burn it with crisp. We know that ain't natural. We all know that. So that dude Rand was ready for war today with that Scottish guy. Yeah, true that, root words. True that. They're using, man. I know they're using some type of microwavable type. You know what I'm saying? Something of that magnitude to set these fires, man.
What's good, everybody? It's been a minute. Your girl's back at it again. It's Saturday Night Lights for y'all. I got Dread here. We're going to be double streaming, doing this thing big. I see that YouTube is already acting funky with it, but that's cool. I'm still going to roll with it, work right on through. It says that it's buffering, so hopefully that will pick up and straighten itself out. So we're going to keep going. So
all right, I don't know if she lagged up. Okay.
Can you
breaking
hear me?
up real bad on my end.
Yeah, it says that it's
I can hear you, but there's a big gap.
It say it's buffering really, really bad. So I'm hoping it will stop doing that in about 5 minutes. Let's see.
Appreciate that, Flat Earth. Yeah, I think she lagged again. Can you hear me, Sass?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say you cutting out.
Yeah, I wasn't saying anything. I was trying to see what's going on with with the stream itself.
Oh, man, he had me over here scratching my head a little bit. I'm like, you should cut out again. Oh, so on your side, you said what is buffering on your side?
Yeah, it says it's buffering.
They messing with the stream too. Then
Got to be.
yeah, they trying to get us off the air, trying to keep us quiet.
Yeah, I wonder if I refresh, will it pick up?
Yeah, it might help. That might help.
But how do I do that without it cutting out though?
What you use, your laptop?
Yeah, I'm using my OBS. So I'm wondering if I should.
Oh, you talking about refresh? No. I was just saying refresh your like the YouTube stream, not the OBS. You don't got to cut that off.
Okay,
like
so
is you watching your actual stream too at the same time?
On the live where it says
when you
you're
watching
live.
the chat and stuff like that.
No.
Where you see your chat at and all that.
Yeah.
I was just talking about actually, refreshing that page if it's buffering like that.
I
don't know if that'll help though.
I don't know if I do that if it will stop streaming, but I'm about to see because it's really bad.
Yeah, as long as OBS is
recording.
On.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll still be streaming.
Okay, let's see if that fixes it.
And just give us a second, fam. We're just trying to get these bugs out of here. They trying to fuck with the stream. Y'all know how they do. Y'all know exactly how they do. They've been on my head for a minute. Like this straight-headed guy. Hopefully that'll fix it.
Yeah. If they can hear me on your end, we could just keep it going.
I think they can hear you. On my end, they said they was the ones that were saying that you was cutting out.
Yeah, it is going slow.
Still
I'm thinking.
Buffering. You think is it the weather? I mean, what your weather? Is the weather bad up there?
No, it's fine over
Where
here.
you at?
Let me close a couple things. That might be what it is.
Yeah, you might have too much stuff running.
Oh, it don't even want to do that. Let's see. Here we go. It might be my camera too.
You're not on camera. It's just your avatar. That's all I see.
Yeah. But right now my camera is on, but I'm not using any scenes, so it shouldn't be on. So that tells me that something ain't working right.
You see the light and all that stuff on your camera. Is it lit up as if it was showing your video?
Yep. It's two of my OBSs open, and it shouldn't be no two OBS open. Let me close one of them. Hopefully it don't close me out.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get it right.
It's still saying low output, but we're gonna keep it moving.
It's saying no output on what, on your YouTube?
It's saying okay, now it switched to yellow, so we should be good to go now. Stream health,
Okay.
it's yellow. It ain't green yet, but it's better than it was.
Charge. Yeah, ready to charge. I don't want my headphones to go dead on me. It just gave me that alert, that beeping alert. What are you doing? National Socialist Europe. Appreciate that subscription. Appreciate that subscription. And I know YouTube got this new thing called sponsor. You can sponsor somebody on YouTube. Now, I wonder what that, I ain't reading to it. I wonder what that is. If you sponsor somebody.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little button that says sponsor. You know, you can click. I wonder what that is. What that actually does. I'm gonna try to sponsor somebody and just see what it says.
Okay. If you guys in the chat and everything, if y'all can hear me good to go, we good now. Everything running smooth on my end.
You sound a lot better too. Sound way better too.
Okay, I'm pulling up my chat now so I can see what's really going on.
Somebody say no buffering in on flat Earth. Y'all shout out, man. No buffering on flat Earth. Yeah, I just need to charge it up. I'm gonna keep it charged. Oh, bring that cord close to me. That'd be good. Booyah. That good. All right, I got my charger plugged in my headset. Okay. I'm good to go.
All right. It looks good on my end. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Y'all make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, share the videos. Let people know we're doing a dual stream today. We ain't playing with it. We're about to take over YouTube.
So how was your last stream? I didn't get a view much because of work and everything like that. And then I had some errands to run. And yeah, so I ain't been on in a minute, but I've been watching a lot of streams. You know, I ain't been watching the Christian side of the streams because, you know, what happened with everything that was going on with all that drama. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to steer clear of it because, you know, Flat Earth by Sassy Undeniably is going to stay true to its word and stay focused on the message rather than other flat earthers and all the drama. And that seems to be pretty much working for me. How's that working for you?
It's well, me, I like to go at things head on anyway, you know, so it don't bother me. I think that the way that we handled it was appropriate. You know, it wasn't a big argument match or nothing like that. We stuck to the facts, and I think we got some leeway. You know what I'm saying? It was actually a good stream. I mean, when we first went live yesterday, it was crazy because I had got porn bombed.
Oh wow!
Believe it or not. At the beginning, yes. I think we was like 27 minutes in, and somebody jumped on the panel. And they tried to porn bomb the live stream. So I had to do my little thing and get rid of the video before they flagged me, which I was successfully in that regards. When we crunk it back up, and man, and it was actually a really, really good show.
Cool.
You know, and that what prompted me to kind of like I wanted to continue that because it was a couple of Christians jumped on the panel, and we was able to come to a common ground. But I just hope that a lot of more so-called Christian flat earthers, I ain't gonna say so-called Christian flat earthers, but Christian flat earthers or religion-based flat earthers, come to the reality of that we don't need any outside entity to prove that we live on a flat plane. We could just stick to the truth and nothing but, and demolish this whole system by doing so. You know, we don't need to, we don't need to give them any type of ammunition to use against us. You want to keep them on the defense. Don't give them the opportunity to become offensive when it's getting all the money. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to prove. Honestly, I feel like we don't have to prove anything to globe earthers. The globe earthers have to prove everything to us. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all prove to us it's a globe. We know it's flat. You know. So, yeah, it was all right. It was a pretty kick-ass show.
Cool. That's what's up.
It almost sounds like an interview.
No, my second interview is gonna come up when you hit that next level for them the subscribers. So that's when I'm gonna do another one on you. Yep, because I got to do one on baby girl too. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it's like interviews are hard to get nowadays with people. They just ducking and diving and running and. You know, it's just like they ain't got the time of day. And I'm like, wow, you know.
Yeah, see, y'all heard it first, man. We hit that 30K. Y'all know what it is. I don't think they're going to like to hear that too much, though. To see somebody, and I'm not even scared to say it, to see somebody like me, get the word out there, you know what I'm saying, and promote this truth. Because, I mean, a lot of times I know, I'm not ignorant to the facts that people still judge a book by its cover. I understand that happens. So a lot of times people might just click on my video and get turned off by my appearance. My appearance alone could turn people off. Right. But I think ultimately what you should do instead of judging people by the way they look, listen to what they have to say. They judge them by their character. Mm-hmm. I do. I judge a person by their character, not the way they look. Right. And not even so much so how they talk. Mm-hmm. I try to listen to the words and try to have, what I'm saying, at least come to a common ground or some type of understanding of what they're either trying to say or what they are saying. You know, all the nitpicking, I throw that out the window.
Mm-hmm. Nitpicking is for ninnies and babies. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I see it still acting up, but I'm gonna keep it pushing. Now it's not. I
can see you now.
You can see me? Okay, you can see me, but they won't be able to because I can see on my end that it's not even showing my camera. But it could be human error.
No, I can see you. I can literally see you on cam. Like I can see your video is working.
Yeah, it's working.
It's not showing up on your end?
Not on my my logo with my OBS, it's not. But like I said, it could be me,
Yeah, I think we can see you. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I don't let religion stop this flat earth unity. Neither do me. Neither do I. I don't think none of us do. When you in it for the truth, we welcome all truth. We don't segregate ourselves, or what I'm saying. We don't slam the door in the face of somebody that's putting the truth out there. That's actually not a person's belief is not even the argument. The argument is, do we need to implement a belief system on top of truth? And I say no. We don't need it. We don't. If I'm dealing with the truth, if I'm talking to any individual and I'm speaking facts hard. Once I implement a belief system, do my hardcore facts remain hardcore facts? I say no. It's no longer facts because now we have to deal with the beliefs.
Right.
Shout out to Flat Plane. Appreciate that donation, brother. He also said the preachers lies about won't donate to the truth. Keep up the good work, brother. You have my support. I appreciate that, fam.
That's what's up.
But yeah, so I mean, that's why I see it. Once you implement belief system on top of truth, I say it's no longer hard.
Right.
That's why I say. Somebody say I didn't use my belief to bring me into flat earth. And that's good. I mean, like I say, whatever you believe, nobody has a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to the brother Dojo gang in the building. Shout out to my brother, man. Appreciate you for stopping through, fam.
That's what's up.
AKA that's Low Freak.
That's what's up. I ain't seen him in
a
good
from
minute.
Belgium. Oh.
Belgium. Cool.
Yeah, we got you know we got them all over the world. That's why they're attacking us.
Yep.
You know that's why lag your stream, lag our stream. You know what I'm saying? They trying to shut us down because, and you know what? We're known worldwide without the media help, without the government help at all.
Yeah.
No assistance from the beast. And you know, people, the truth is going to come out. And that's why I keep trying to tell people, like, regardless of what, as long as you got the truth, it might not happen overnight. Hey, sometimes you might get lucky. It might happen overnight. As long as you got the truth, it's going to spread regardless of what. You don't need the help of the beast to spread that truth. The truth will spread itself.
That's right. And that whole thing about, them, saying that, oh, we need this and we need to put things in front of flat earth is just a fallacy, because all of us didn't get into this truth by hanging on to what we used to have. We got out of it by focusing on what we didn't know. That's what challenged us. That's what brought us to flat earth. That's what made us open our eyes, not staying with the norm, not staying comfortable, and not looking for what we've always known. We got into this awakening by looking past what we thought we knew and started to reach towards what we didn't know, even though there wasn't certainty in what we were doing, even though it went against everything that we believed. Instead of believing, we left beliefs behind to stand in the truth. And there's nothing else like it. Why would you trade that for anything else? Anything else is just death. You moving backwards, not staying moving in a forward motion. And most people don't realize that, if you're stagnant, you're dead. In order for you to grow, you have to continuously move forward. You can't just stay in the same place and do the same thing. And that's what they're trying to do with the flat earth, is keep bringing beliefs into that when we're trying to stay on science, things you can prove, observational proofs, things that you can go out and do yourself, that nobody has to tell you the truth. You can experience, observe, and test it for yourself. Real scientists, and that's the hard thing that people have to learn, is that flat earth is not about what you believe. It's about what you can know, what you can prove.
I agree 100%. And what's crazy is that, we was just talking about not too long ago. I'm getting echo. Wow. Well, what's crazy is that, yeah, I'm good now. Okay. Is that we that was something that we was able to talk about freely, you know what I'm saying, be proud of how, we're free thinkers. We don't cling on to belief system. We got nothing but truth. And, just not too long ago, we used to talk about that, and it felt good being able to talk about that. But now everything has changed because people want to, want HBO interviews and BBC and want to go into the mainstream and get all these grants to do experiments that we could do for $1,000. It's just like, I don't get it. What kind of experiments how much money do you need to launch a balloon?
Exactly.
Government grants and, you know, going mainstream just to do experiments that we have been doing all this time without the help of these people. I mean, I don't get it. Unless they can come to me and tell me that they're going to build a satellite or their own space shuttle or be their own space agency, then okay. I mean, I know we don't got no billionaires out there that's going to do that. That's different. But they're talking about, you know, doing the same things, launching balloons and all that. I mean, we already done that. I mean, we got the hardcore evidence. Now it's time for us to move past that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't worry, guys. I'm still gonna do my balloon lunch. You know what I'm saying? Once we get the money, you know, I'm gonna still do it. But what I'm saying is, that's something to me. That's something that we should be doing. But yet, I like to put my boots on the ground. I don't know, Sassy. The other day, I did a live stream where I was actually doing street interviews. I was literally walking up to random people during my live stream and doing interviews on the fly. Not something I recorded and they can edit later on. I did it off the top of my dome. And y'all know I just moved to this town. I'm just walking around asking random folks, you know, do they believe that the earth is flat or round? And I broke it down to them how the earth is flat. You know, stuff like that. You know, helping get the word out there. But then we ultimately also have to, if there's a life after this, once we bring down this matrix or this infrastructure, then what?
Right.
I think we should talk about as well. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And you said it. A lot of people want to be stagnant. And that's death. You can't just be running in one spot or running in quicksand. That don't make no sense.
Exactly.
We have to move this whole entire movement forward in order for us to, you know what I'm saying, see some real change when it comes to the way that, you know what I'm saying, the elites operate, and even breaking these chains from the elites and break away from this whole slavery system.
Yes. Because that's all it is the matrix is a prison for your mind. And what it does is take you away from reality, your reality, and experiencing reality on your terms, how Mother Nature intended it to be. And so long as they can keep you focused on you know, hating others and yourself and, you know, teaching hate, they're winning. And, you know, unless you decide for yourself to make that leap of faith and join this movement, you're going to stay in the matrix. You're going to stay asleep. You're going to stay frozen in time and doing whatever it is they want you to do. And I don't know about you guys, but I know that for me, that's death. I mean, it certainly feels like pure slavery. It's not anything that, you know, makes anyone happy. I mean, we're all feel as if we're being cheated out of this life, and we only have so many years that we know of, and we don't know what's beyond this life. We don't know if there's, you know, how it's going to be. So as far as we know, this is the only existence that we have as a being in this world. So why should we submit ourselves to things that aren't productive, that don't make us happy, and don't represent who we are and the legacy that we want to leave?
Yeah, you're right. It's like they've been robbing us of our life for generations. And you know what I'm saying? When you look at the elites, man, they live their lives to the fullest. And we know why. You know what I'm saying? Because they have they keep people infighting, shackled up, enslaved, worrying about all the wrong things. They're going to continuously to live full lives while all our lives have been cut short.
Yep.
The whole infrastructure is for us to pretty much be in a psychological prison and a physical prison simultaneously. You know, and it's so brainwashing to the point that we groom our generation that's coming up beneath us, our own children, to be accustomed to live that way and brainwash them to believe that's being comfortable, that's being normal about that. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, that's why. That's how I end up finding flat Earth. You know, no religious problem here. Nothing outside except seeking the truth. I found flat Earth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I want to do. I just want to keep on spreading that message and just get the truth out there. And hopefully, I know it might sound crazy, but I would love to see with my own two eyes the Matrix just collapse on top of itself. But if it don't, and I take my last breath before that happens, I will at least want to leave a mark behind, or at least leave something behind to make the generation that's coming up after us a lot easier for them to take over. You know what I'm saying? For them to make sure that the Matrix don't continue. So, you know, I'm gonna just use every inch of my life to just bring the truth to the people. And our generation that's coming up after us do not have to go what we've been dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And it's so important because what we hand our children and the next generation is going to be our legacy and what it is that we want them to remember about us. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going down without a fight. You know, we may have came late to this party, but we showed up and we're going to show out. We're going to show our tail, basically. You know, we're going to make sure that the generation coming after us, we're giving them a better start than we had. And we're raising woke people, you know, people who are aware of where they live and what's actually going on, and that the Matrix is real. It's not just a movie. It is an actuality. It's a slavery. It's a trap for your mind to keep you from reality and having this life the way that you want it, not the way that they sell. Because look at what they do. You know, you have all these so-called billionaires and millionaires, yet we still have, you know, people being enslaved. You got people you know, who can't afford healthcare insurance in many countries. You got people homeless and starving, and people keep striving towards the system, but it's not changing. No, you're trying to tell me that none of those people at the top have a heart enough to say, you know what? I have enough. I'm straight with this amount. Let me just make this change in the world. Give it all away, you know, set it up to where people aren't struggling. You trying to tell me that they're so, you know, morally bankrupt that they can't do this? No, it's just not acceptable to leave our children and the next generation with these type of individuals who have reckless regard for human lives, human beings, that they would continue to enslave us in every aspect that you, in every area that you can imagine.
I agree. And you know, that's you know, another thing I wanted to bring up too is that and it was based on us being free thinkers, you know what I'm saying? Also truth seekers and truth speakers, is that, you know, we was having a conversation in the last stream. We was talking about if it was infinite, if it was a dome. You know, we was just bouncing ideas around. And as we got deep into the conversation, shit, it seemed like the rabbit hole got even deeper, you know, and I enjoyed that, you know, because it's like, I know I asked the question, I said, you know, when you watch all these movies and science fiction movies or space movies, they all have something in common. Anytime they travel a long distance, they always put the passengers to sleep. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
They always have to be in a stasis sleep or something like that, so they won't age, whatever the case might be. Now, let's just say that it is other continents that's outside of the ice wall. Why wouldn't they be able to put somebody in a plane or a whole bunch of people in a plane or a so-called spacecraft and do the same thing from here to one of those continents and say they're on a new planet? I mean, they're not going to be able to see that they went out into space or not anyway, because they're going to be asleep. And I think that they could. It's a possibility that they could try something like that. You know what I'm saying? You pay your money. They talking about you about to go to planet or some shit like that. Hell, they put you to sleep and you wake up to a foreign land. Because think about it, most likely them continents is going to be foreign to you. You ain't never seen that stuff before. The trees can grow different. The fruit can be different. It could be different animals there. You know what I'm saying? Different reptiles, hell, it could be a different civilization there. Hell, the ancient civilization could be there. Who knows? But it'd be easy to trick people just by putting them to sleep and flying right across the ice wall. Simple as that. You know, that was just one of the ideas I came up with, you know. And it goes beyond that. You know, how big is the dome, if it is a dome? You see what I'm saying? That's one thing I love about Flat Earth, is that we don't box ourselves in. We keep our minds open to the possibilities. We know it could be an infinite plane, just like it could be an infinite plane. It could be infinite possibilities to where we live. Because they have not told us. And I'm starting to think that they don't even know. I don't think they even know the full extent of where we live. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe they ever went to space. I don't think they ever was able to go high enough to even take a photo. That's probably why they have to do the Photoshop. I mean, think about it. You have to you say you have to Photoshop it. Why would you have to Photoshop something that you could take a photo of from the moon? Why would you use the term it's Photoshop? Because it has to be. It shouldn't have to be nothing if you could take photos from a satellite that's floating around. What you mean it has to be that way? I'm thinking rockets don't work in space. It's a good chance that it ain't that they just lying to us. It's a good chance that they don't even know the extent or how big this plane really is. They don't even know. That's what I'm at.
Yes. And have you seen the movie Passengers? Because I made it a point to go back and look at all space movies, and Passenger is you know how they say the elites always show you what they're going to do before they do it. So if you want to object, you can say, I do not agree, I do not approve, you know, I don't want this to happen. And Passengers reminds me of something that they're trying or going to do in the future, which is put people into cryo sleep to extend their lives if they're not already doing that. Because when that guy, who was it? He got like 9 transplants or something like that, and he seemed to only be able to live, I think he was like 98. What was his name? He was like a billionaire.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
And
I forgot his name though.
Yeah, so like that extending past your time, to me, it was seeing that your body has its own internal clock as to when you will pass, and nothing can change that. No amount of time, no amount of years will change that. So them trying to extend their life at the expense of others, to me, shortens their life. How they're trying to shorten ours, they seem to not be able to prolong. If they are, they're probably doing it and we don't know anything about it, and they're just integrating us into it, you know, through movies, because that's how they do everything. They transition it. The ideal becomes, you know, drawn out, then they put it to motion picture, and then a couple years later you'll see it in actuality. You'll see it in stores, or it'll be a new technology, or they'll introduce you to some new warfare, kind of like they did with the stealth or whatever. They had that thing for 10-20 years before they even let us know, hey, you know, we got aircraft that can go to other countries and be undetected, you know, not even seen. It's all a game to them.
Yo, says what I'll say, you mind if I send Vegan Warrior link?
No, yeah. Just the trusted people. Go ahead.
I send it, you know.
I'm not gonna invite.
I send it to the back chat, you know.
Yeah, because I don't want to show the link. So whoever you want to give it to is fine. I just gave it to regulars.
Yeah, I'm not gonna post it in the chat. I'm gonna send it directly to them through a message.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Get my brother Vegan on here.
And you know, it's like you said about how we keep our minds open, and the fact that we don't, you know, have a set, you know, saying, oh, you know, it's actually infinite. Oh, the dome, you know, we keep our minds open.
Text message.
we don't allow
right,
us to be
and
stuck in
I think
one
that was
ideal.
yeah, that would separate us from a lot of others, you know, and I think that's what makes us a threat too, because we don't, like you were saying, we don't box ourselves in. We know, we got our facts, we know our truth, but we also have a clear understanding that there's a lot of things out there that we just don't have answers to. And instead of boxing ourselves in, we let our mind continue to expand. We bounce ideas off of one another, because you never know. One of us might have the key to unlock that door. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm willing to listen to other open-minded free thinkers like myself. And man, I'm telling you, I done seen a lot of not only us moving forward with doing so. Man, it's a powerful thing, man. It's very powerful, because it's almost like you literally become one with the individuals you're talking to. You share the same frequency. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like, man, I'm not going to even lie to you. It's like when we was talking and we was bouncing ideas, a lot of times we was saying what each other was thinking. Like, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch that podcast. If you haven't seen it, you have to. Like, we was on the free man, we was like saying the same thing with people thinking. It kept happening. Like, we was literally on the same frequency that day. It was crazy. I loved it.
Right. I love that, because that lets you know that you're on to the truth, that you're on the same vibration and wavelength. And thank you, Gary, for that. That dude's name was Rockefeller, David Rockefeller, who had all them transplants and stuff like that. And you know, when stuff resonates and you're on the same frequency with the same wave pattern of thought, that lets you know that what you're talking about and what you're conceiving and understanding and trying to convey and share with other people, to teach other people, is the truth in its purest form. Because if it wasn't, you all wouldn't be thinking simultaneously the same exact thoughts. Because we know that when things aren't right, there's a lot of discord, disagreement. Everybody's not on the same page. Everybody can't, understand what's being said. But when that thing goes right, that understanding resonates. I mean, it's that thing, that collective consciousness that I believe that the ancestors had, that allowed them to do greater things than we are capable of doing, because they were a lot more open to that and more trusting, because there wasn't all this outside influence. Remember, back then, they may not have had the same technologies that we had. Obviously, we're, behind the power curve when it comes to that, because look at all the monuments and things that they left behind that we can't even think about how to even do it. Just the thought in our mind is like, we're blown away by such things.
I agree, man. It's like I was saying, it was like when it was happening, it almost kind of, it didn't scare me or nothing like that, but it was like, it was a different feeling. It was a feeling I haven't had before. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, this is crazy. This shit is, in other words, it was like, this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? This shit is real, yo.
It's like being high on life. And, like, I get high on life.
Exactly. But yeah, again, like, at the end of the day, I just want to get the information out there, and share